I think that glass is probably one of the most frustrating things that I learned how to paint. And honestly, I think most people are overcomplicating it. I know I was. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to simplify it using this jar of peaches so that you can get that glow and transparency without all of the fuss.
Hi everyone, Kelly here. So let's talk about painting glass. Now I haven't done like those really heavy detailed ones where like the crystals where there's so many little bumps and little spaces, which is like mind-boggling. It's kind of like painting flowers for me, which I just can't do all of that detail. It's not fun for me. I like to figure out how to do things a little bit looser, quicker, and be able to take time to be creative without spending hours upon hours upon hours detailing. If you like to do that, that's perfectly fine. My mom is a detail painter. She absolutely loves it, and she'll sit there for hours upon hours and work in small sections. But I just like to get in and get out. That's just how I work. I did a quick little jar. That is my initials down there. It almost looks like a little bug. I want to show you how you can keep the clear of the jar, but you still get to see what's in it and simplify the top of it a little bit more. I tried a bunch of different colors that I share all this in my Patreon where we go into the color combos, and this was the finished piece that I ended up doing with my Patreon. So if you want to check that one out, this one is available up on Patreon. If you don't like subscriptions or memberships, I just did this one as a separate one so you can jump into just that one. But there is a 7-day free trial, so you can just get in there, try things out. You got 7 days. If you like it, we hope you stick around. The color combos, working with this was just so much fun. And so I just want to talk to you a little bit about the mistakes that people make while they're painting glass and just try to simplify things a little bit for you. All right, let's get into it.
So if you've ever tried painting glass and it ended up looking just a little bit off, you're not alone. So today we're going to focus on a few key things. Number 1 is simplifying the shapes. 2, using value instead of detail. And 3, letting the watercolor do the work for us. So let's talk about why glass is hard to paint. I think most people think glass is all about details, but it's actually about what's happening around and through the glass. So a couple common mistakes that I see beginners make is outlining everything, or trying to paint every reflection, or maybe not going dark enough. So glass works because of contrast and what you choose to leave out of it. So let's first talk about simplifying the shapes. When I started this piece, I didn't think jar. I thought, okay, it's a big shape. What are the medium shapes, like the peaches? And there are a few darker areas in here. So I kind of talked through it. I did a very loose drawing. Now, you don't have to necessarily do a drawing. I did also a mini one, which I will share with you here, where I just blocked in some of those little areas first. So blocking in the peaches, I don't worry about perfection at the top of the jar, or the lid is not perfect, and that's okay. But you don't need every edge to be absolutely perfect. And I think watercolor looks actually better when it's not perfect. So let's talk about building the glow inside your jar. This is magical. So the first thing I'm going to do is add a very light wash. It's like a light lemony yellow, dropping in a few of those mid-tones of the oranges, and then I'm going to go even brighter with a little bit of red tones. So you do want to make sure that you leave your highlights in there. And we are going to do some layering with this one, which we call glazing, so we can get some darker colors in there. So the key points for this is you don't want to overwork it, so try not to do too much mixing. Let the paints do their thing. The other thing is, once you get a little bit of color down there, let those areas dry first. Once they're dry, you can then use clean water and add some fresh color over the top of that. So I did dry it once in here, and I'm going in with a darker color, but I'm going to let that dry, and then we're going to move on to just a few little marks in the lid. Again, we don't have to fill in everything, just the illusion, and it can get overcomplicated with all those little line work under there. I also added that same color of the jar on the underneath, so that's the top, so that's going to be glowing. It's going to be mirroring some of the other colors that are in the jar. And now I'm going in with a kind of a mixture of the same colors of the peaches, but I want to go a little darker for this one. I think most people skip that, and it's why your glasses sometimes look flat. Those darker values behind the peaches are going to make them pop. And you want to think of it as you're going to have shadows in that jar from where the peaches are lying in there. You're not going to have light hitting every one of those areas. So once I get that first wash in there of that darker red, I'm going to dry it and then go over it again with bright oranges to mimic the peaches that are in the jar, and then go back in with a few other darker areas. So it's a lot of layering for this one and a lot of drying in between. Key is to keep it loose, and I think a very important part of doing this is a quick study. So I did a smaller version here, and this is a great way to practice without overthinking it. Quick studies, you can work with some of the color combos to see if you like the colors that you're going to be doing your larger painting with. You can test them out with swatch cards. And again, because you're painting small, you can let go of perfection. And this is where you start to loosen up and trust yourself a little bit more. So if you've been struggling with glass, go ahead and try this. Try this simplifying shapes, focus on your light versus your dark, and don't skip those deeper values, because that's really what's going to bring your painting to life.
All right, so I hope those little tips were somewhat helpful for you if you just want to jump in and do like a quick little demo like this one. But I would say, try some colors first. Everybody has different paints, different paper, testing your colors, even layering your colors to see what one color looks like over the other is very helpful. You're working with what your colors are going to look like with your painting. So like if you want to do oranges instead of peaches, or you want to do lemons, work with your color combos and see what's going to make you happy, because colors will make you happy, especially if you pick your favorite colors. They can make you anxious. They can also make you sad, moody. So color is a big thing. And for this one, I did a nice teal. This is a little bit brighter in this one, but a nice teal that just goes and complements that orange so nicely in there. All right, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you guys have some questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And I would love to know if you've tried painting glass yourself before, and how did it go? All right, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Always a big shout out to my patrons. Thank you so much for your support. Without you, I probably wouldn't have this YouTube channel. And just a quick reminder, this one is available on my Patreon along with the full-time tutorial and also the sketch, so you don't have to worry about sketching that one out.